Hey guys, I'm with
Lexi, and I'm with
Brianna. We wanted to try talking to you guys on a podcast, but we're a little nervous because this is new for us.
first time.
Yeah, we realized we both go through something similar, which is anxiety, and we thought we had some good takes on it for anyone else who goes through it.
Yeah, so we're going to start off. I started reading this book, and I'm only about 100 pages in, so I still have a lot to read. But in this book, it's called Let Them, and it states that humans have around 70,000 thoughts a day. And what I think is that people are thinking about me way too much, but who has the time?
Yeah.
Like, my mind is always racing, so
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about you. I'm not thinking about literally anything.
That's one thing with anxiety is the overthinking. And I think that's why like both of us have a hard time in public situations, especially when you're with a group, because you're always just thinking about
The thoughts never stop.
Yeah, they never stop. Like, oh, am I doing this right? Am I like that's what I
And it
am.
becomes like people pleasing too, because
Yeah.
you don't want to like be in someone's way.
Dude,
right?
the people pleasing going with anxiety
Yeah.
is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like hanging out with someone, even when I'm with you, I sometimes
Yeah.
like this morning. Remember this morning, like we both woke up and I was like nervous to like check if she woke up, or like I was like nervous and she was
so
nervous too.
messed up.
Yeah,
Like, why does
I
our
didn't want to
brains-
bother, and so we just
Right.
like laid there for like
Yeah.
like an hour on
Hour.
TikTok, and then I finally was like, "Hey, you up?" You're like, "Yeah, I'm up." I'm like, "Let's start the day." Like it just does that.
Yeah,
Like,
I know, and it'll make me awkward. Like
yeah,
it
awkward.
really will.
Or like,
So.
I'm not even joking. When we were shopping, I was getting that like anxiety
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Like, oh, am I talking too much of this?
Oh my
so I was like
gosh,
starting to
no,
like not.
no.
It changes who you are. Like
It really does.
you can't just be or like.
Because
Oh,
yeah, it stops you from being yourself because you think you're like in someone's way, or you think you're
Yes.
making them upset or being an inconvenience to them.
Yeah, so you're literally like playing mind games on yourself, trying to work around how to not inconvenience them, and they don't even know you're doing that.
Yeah. No,
Like-
and my ex really did that for me because I would always be like crazy or weird, and he'd be like he would
Yeah.
act disgusted.
Oh,
And it
that's
would
what-
change like everything. I
Yeah.
would get completely serious, and I never try to be funny like ever again.
Yeah, because anxiety, okay, it comes from trauma.
Right.
And things in the past. So like if you have a past where people were really judgmental of you or
Yeah.
controlling, then you're always thinking it's happening to you
Right.
when they're not.
Yeah, or like if one person thinks that way about you, you'll assume that
everyone
a lot
else
of people
is.
do too.
Yeah, and that's why I think people who have anxiety need to be friends with other people who have it.
Yeah.
Because as a girly who has it and also people please, I'm never judging you, I'm just judging myself.
No, literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, people will think like you're weird or that you have like issues
Yeah.
if they don't understand like anxiety. Because yeah, like there'll be some times where I just need to be alone and like step away.
Yeah, that's also another thing is like for me when it gets too much, I can't be around the person and they take it so personal or think I'm
Yeah.
acting weird.
So you were talking about how you get overwhelmed and like you talk too much,
Yeah.
and I like just stay silent. So everyone has a different way of coping. Yeah.
that's the thing. So everyone has a different anxiety trigger. Like my best friend, she also has anxiety really bad, and hers is time.
Yeah.
And that's why I really think that people with anxiety need to be friends, because I know that's her trigger, so I'm not gonna make her anxious over time and be ready early.
Yeah.
Like we'll work around each other.
And those people can really make a difference, because if you're with somebody that's like so outgoing that doesn't feel anxiety yet, then yeah, it's just gonna be really hard to like hang out with them for a long time.
Because and also it makes you feel insecure because you see them naturally
Right,
be them,
yeah.
and you don't know what the heck.
And you're
to
like
do.
copying other people's personalities because you
Yes.
like don't even know
I don't know
how
what
to
to
be
do.
yourself. Like, 'cause you lose yourself. You really
lose
do.
yourself in anxiety.
Yeah.
And I noticed too with us, like, okay, we were at the restaurant the other day, and we both with the menu and ordering, like
Yes.
simple things like that. We didn't know what to order because I
Yeah.
think we were both thinking of each other.
Right,
Like
no,
I was thinking
literally.
like, what does she want? And you're
Yeah.
thinking, what does she want? And then
And then they were out of, like, we agreed on mac and cheese, and they said they couldn't make that. So
Yeah.
then right away, we have to think of something
another
totally
thing
different.
you have
Yeah.
to that's another thing is like being in the world and having options for things. When you have anxiety and you're with people, you can't think for yourself.
Yeah, or even I feel like I'm wasting the waitress's time if I'm like, okay, let me look at the menu again and see what I actually want. But
Yeah,
like
like-
that's what they're there for, though.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
wait for me to know what I want.
That's another
so.
thing is this inner rush that isn't needed. Like when you're looking at a menu, you can't give yourself time to really think about the menu because you're thinking about the other person. And if
Yeah.
you're taking too much time.
Like even like going through a drive-through or just
Yeah.
like ordering for yourself.
Drive-through anxiety is insane.
Yeah, or like the other person won't tell you what they. So you're ordering for yourself.
Yeah.
You got it down, and then the other person's like, taking their time. I'm like, bro, like tell me what you want right now.
Yes,
Like,
'cause you're
I'm like, I
stressing me
can, yeah, I
out.
cannot
Yes.
take that time period.
I can't. And then, oh my gosh, I have this time where I have this thing where I order food and I think about my order, and then the time comes to order it, and I like freeze
No,
up. I'm
yeah.
like, and
I
I'm like,
actually hate that, and I tend
Yeah.
to forget a lot of things I'm about to say
Yes.
because my anxiety will just come in, and then I'll completely forget what I'm talking about, what you're talking about.
And I'm
So-
like, the cashier hates me. They want me to figure it out.
I know. I think
It's so
everyone,
easy.
I think the whole universe is against me. That's,
yeah, like just have compassion for people with anxiety, because
Yeah.
like a lot of times I feel like I can't fit in the world because everyone can just move at this pace, and I'm like
Yeah.
trying to keep up with what's going on.
Yeah, everyone's like so confident and loud, and I'm like,
yeah. Hi. Yeah,
yeah.
anxiety.
Or like, yeah, and the thing I hate the most is when people say like, "What's wrong?" when like you're going through that. I'm like, do you want me to shoot myself in the throat right
Don't
now?
ask me what's wrong. I have a whole thing on what's wrong. Like, I literally wrote a paragraph about it one time.
Yeah.
I flipped on someone who asked me what's wrong, and because I was like, "Is there something wrong with me? Like, what do you think is
Yeah,
wrong?"
I know. Like now they totally like.
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm silent." Hopefully they don't notice.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, "What happened?"
Oh my gosh, I get
Then
so
I
irritated
know
with
that they know.
Like, just
So
let
I'm
me
like-
be in it. Let me do my thing.
And I don't know if you ever feel this, but I get like nauseous. Like,
Oh really?
there's
I never
times
got like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get shaky.
Yeah.
Or I get like numb. It's weird. Driving, oh my god, I go crazy.
Yeah.
Do you ever get driving anxiety?
Sometimes, but hardly actually.
Some people like driving. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like different things. Like I get random like elevator anxiety.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, I actually had a dream that I like died in an elevator.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But like so with anxiety, it's very interesting with like relationships, with like friends, or like even
Yeah.
going into a relationship with like a guy. I feel like it's different for us with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think we were talking about like rushing into things with guys, or like do you like to like slow into it?
Yeah, or wait until do you wait until you feel ready, or do you jump in, or like do
Yeah.
you force yourself to start new things? Because I mean, after a while, I've taken like 4 years to completely heal myself and be completely alone, and it's like it's still incredibly hard for me when
Yeah.
people can like move on like in 3 days compared
Yeah.
to me, where I'm like a whole freshman to senior, like 4 years has gone by, you know?
I think the thing with anxiety is we feel more.
Yeah.
And when you feel everything, you feel the weight of the world. Like you take everything so serious, so people can go
Yeah.
into relationships and not think of it as a serious
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like I never been in a relationship, so I would have this anxiety over wanting to rush into it because I've never been into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like and I'll get so over paranoid or anxious in the beginning phases of it.
I take it so seriously. I cannot I cannot relax when I just
Yeah.
have full anxiety. But like that's what I'm trying to say. If I'm so anxious, like is that a bad thing, or is it just like me trying to? Because you know the saying, "Be uncomfortable now to be comfortable later."
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, do I go through that
yeah.
discomfort to
Yeah.
grow as a person and to figure out how to deal with my anxiety, because I can't just live alone for the rest of my life.
We have to do something about it sometimes.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping that the anxiety isn't like the sign that it's wrong.
That's so interesting. I'm dealing with that. Is like when I'm getting anxiety, is it a warning or is it something I have to
Right.
overcome?
But anxiety is literally with everything in my life,
Yeah.
unless I'm like tanning outside.
That's what I'm realizing. Exactly. What I'm learning is be gentle on yourself.
Yeah.
But also move forward.
Right.
Keep moving forward, but with gentleness and ease on
Yeah.
yourself.
Oh, and criticizing yourself. Like I'll look in the mirror and I'm like maybe I'm not talking to myself in the mirror, but all throughout the day I'm like kind of mean to myself.
I'm
in my
mean
head.
to it. And it's so natural. You don't realize it.
Like even when I
yeah.
couldn't find a TikTok audio, I'm like, fuck, she's probably
Yeah,
like
I knew you were like, girl, take your time, please. It's okay. Yeah, because you're like, oh no, I'm doing. We always think we're doing something wrong.
right.
That's something with it is we always think we're doing something bad or wrong, and it's
Yeah.
like we have to learn to be around people, and it's okay. No one's judging, but that's why you need the right people. Yeah, I think it's a big thing with like who you're around, and you got to make sure you aren't around judgmental people, because if we're letting
Yeah.
ourselves learn to not judge ourselves, but we're around judgmental people,
Right. And like, let me know this. Like, would you speak up like if something really was wrong? Like, I don't know. Like if I was doing something to piss you off, or I mean, well, you did speak up earlier. You were like, "Are you up?" So
Yeah.
I don't know when I
That's
would have done that.
interesting. Yeah, I think again we go back to overthinking of anxiety. A lot of times we're mostly just thinking about ourselves.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
I haven't really had a situation with you where you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. Same with you.
And that's why I'm so curious about is because I am so quick to think I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
But it actually takes a lot longer to do something wrong.
Yeah.
You're like, when are you actually doing something
yeah.
wrong?
Yeah.
Like if you're actually hurting someone, but if
Yeah.
you're not doing that, then you're not in the wrong. And I think if there was a situation where I was like, oh, Lexi's like being annoying or this, that's about me.
Yeah.
I think we have to.
Unless I'm like
realize
truly
that.
like being mean to you.
Yeah,
You
that,
names,
yeah. I think that ever happens, I would say something, but like a lot of times we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're both on each other's sides. Like there would be
Yeah.
like no time where that would actually happen.
Yeah, I think something about living on our own is we know ourselves really know. We know our boundaries and we know how to like take charge of situations when it's needed. So if that's ever necessary, like, oh, like we're not on the same page or we're not talking about something, then I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go do this, or like let's not change the subject.
Right.
Like I think we need to start just trusting our intuition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trusting your intuition, which goes back to, is the anxiety a sign or not? But yeah, I mean, I would trust my intuition, but sometimes I go past my intuition for the plot, or just because I have no life and I want a life. So
that's something interesting. Is anxiety intuition, or is it just anxiety?
Yeah,
I think with anxiety, there's always this feeling of, oh, but I still gotta do something. I think that's intuition.
Yeah. Once I start to feel like that more than just I'm like a little shaky or anxious, that's when I'll know that it's deeper than the anxiety, and that you are in a place where you're not supposed to be.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I always think of it like, so there's people I'm comfortable around. I compare it to that. Like, so when I'm with these people, am I feeling this way, the same way around them?
Yeah.
Like, when I'm with, like, you or, like, Teely, I feel so comfortable, you know? Like, I feel like I can talk freely. Or I don't feel as insecure. It's easier.
Yeah.
I still have it, but it's easier to operate.
Right. Yeah. No, I totally get that. Because, I mean, when I'm with my brothers, like, I can do absolutely anything because I know that, like, I've just been with them my whole entire life.
Same. With the brother, I can be so annoying around brothers.
Yeah.
And,
but then with somebody, like, different, I'm just like, I'm like nothing. I'm just like copying their whole personality until I do feel comfortable. It's
a comfortability. And then I also think it comes down to the type of person too, because if they're like someone really freaking cool, and you're like, I want them to like me, then that's where it gets bad.
Or like if they're really serious, like you tend to want to say something funny, but you'd be like, they will not think that's funny.
Yeah, I also have a hard time with people who are just like not deep.
Yeah,
and like more superficial. Like I'll try to like go out of conversations, and they just reply with
Yeah, and you can't really go
I don't
off
know.
of it. Yeah.
And then that's where I'm like, shit, I'm like talking too much.
Yeah. Or like if you are with someone who's extremely outgoing, then that'll make me feel more shy for a little bit until I open up. But
yeah, I think there's a thing with being outgoing and curating around the person you're with, knowing you can't just blab things out in public because that will freak them out.
And that's like why we low-key do have a filter, because you think of everything you say before you actually say it, unless like you're angry and like you're in the heat of a moment, like arguing with someone, like that's when I don't really think. But
sometimes I need to think in those moments.
Those are the moments I do need to think. But sometimes, most of the time, I am thinking of everything I say before I say it, just so I don't offend the other person, which makes me a people pleaser. Because people say things to me like, "Oh my gosh, like no way you're still that skinny," which I would never say that to someone else, because I know how that would make me feel personally, but other people don't think that way.
We're really sensitive to other people. That's
what
thing.
we're learning. Even my brother-in-law, he'll like come in and just like say something about my appearance, whether it's good or bad. Yeah.
But another thing, when they do that, we like let them get away with it.
Yeah.
Because we're like, oh, maybe we believe what they say, or like we'll just like go quiet or something, and then but we'll never say something like that to them. You know? Like,
I know. Like although I'm thinking it.
Yeah. That was it.
Yeah, like I'll think something like completely wrong about somebody. Like, I mean, we can't help it. We're judgmental people.
It's just how it is. It's human nature. We criticize.
But to say it is crazy.
To say it out loud, that is crazy. Yeah.
Like, my ego, my confidence would need to be so high for me to just start
to say things,
crapping on people.
Yeah, and that's how we know we're never actually gonna go to that place where you're annoying me, or because we consider too much.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, and I think like with people around you, or like even T, like she gets anxiety bad, I'm like way more understanding, and I'm not judging at all. And when people have things that are so vulnerable about it, I can't judge you for anything.
Like, I was even, you were like, let's get right into the podcast. I was like, let's take a walk, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck yeah, if you need that, you need that. I'm not gonna, I never had like a judgment or like, and because I know with you, it's harder to say that, let's take a walk.
Right.
It's harder to stay in your place.
Like, and that's what I hate about people that don't understand anxiety, because it takes you so much courage to finally open up, and then if they shit on you for that, I'm like, I just spent like weeks and months like trying to do this.
So like I was like proud. I was like, she said like she's standing what she wants, and that's why, because like I know when you're with people, like I'll have my thing I want to do, and you have your thing you want to do, so we have to like figure out what we both want to do, and I know with anxiety, you can easily just agree to everything I want, and I don't want that.
Yeah,
like, I want to feel what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, it's nice if we can both be comfortable and be like, oh, I feel like doing this. I'm like, okay.
And this is, like, only our first time hanging out in so long, so, like, 3 months of this, and, like, we'll know exactly what each other needs.
That's another thing why it's so nice to have those hardcore friends you're comfortable with. Yeah. I'm, like, worried when we do start hanging out more. I have annoying things about me, and I want you to get to the place where you can just tell me, like, shut up. Like, sometimes it's nice with the close friends.
Yeah, and you just laugh about it.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, cool. Like, when you can be so open with people.
But yeah, I love that when you get really close with someone that you can literally tell each other anything. Like, you can, they can know your deepest, darkest secret.
Yeah.
And, like, they'll be so chill with you about it. And, like, which is really nice to have in life because, I mean, you have your parents, you have your siblings, and you have your friends, but, like, to just be so deep with a person, like, besides that, because, like, you can't go to your parents about everything. You can't go to your brothers about everything.
Yeah. I think it also takes a certain type of humility in a person, like to be deep with people who can open up. And
you have to be vulnerable,
like and that type of person to also be vulnerable and be like, I have this too.
Yeah,
like we both like gone through ish, so we can like go there.
And let's stop acting like life is so fucking easy.
It's not. Yeah, and so we can be honest. Like it sucks sometimes. Like we have to put on a front with each other.
Yeah, because some people are just like so like bitchy and just
like I have it good, you know.
Yeah, like oh I had such a great day. I'm like bro, I cried all day.
Yeah, I think that's when we started to feel comfortable too. Is like I told you, like I watch Netflix all day and don't do anything.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I'm not perfect, and it's okay. We're both working through it together. We're humans.
Yeah, because like when I saw you yesterday, you were like, "Oh, how are you doing?" And I was just like, "Well, I was doing really bad. Now I'm doing okay."
Yeah. When people talk like that, I eat it up. I'm like, "What was wrong?" I love it. I'm like, "Oh, I've done bad before. I've been depressed before."
Yeah, I know. I kind of like when people like I like meeting someone that there is just not like easy peasy lemon squeeze for them. Yeah. Because I know how to be there for someone that, you know, goes through that.
We know it, I like getting into like the dark stuff because it's life. Yeah. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or like just people that like they just always wake up happy and perfect and always want to be here. But like yesterday at the restaurant I told you like I was at the point where it was like either I don't know, can I say that? Suicide or moving forward.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Like, so with anxiety, I think we get courage, and like when you go through a lot, is because it gets so dark where it's like, I either change or it's like,
no, literally.
Like, I already
like
do
you
something
completely let yourself go more and more and more and like bed rot and like lose everything you have. Or you really start to focus on change. And that's why I started to quit nicotine and everything like that.
And you're doing good now, too. I was talking about, like, India. You're like, how in the heck did you have the courage to go to India? I was like, I was at such a low that it was the only choice.
You make a really impulsive decision.
Yeah, you have to impulsively, like, to change is impulsive.
And I don't like when people say, like, you're a bad decision maker.
Yeah.
Because I'm like... That's why I'm still here, though.
But you don't understand what it's like to be in such a low place, your head's messing with you. It's like...
Or, like, you don't even know what the other option was.
Yeah,
so, like, how could you say that?
You gotta clear your mind to find the right decisions, but you gotta fumble to know what it's like.
And sometimes you're just, like, delusional, and sometimes you just, like, don't know what you're doing. Like, when I was getting this tattoo, like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Because, like, even, like, a couple days later, I was even like, oh, gosh, but...
I think we're just learning that we're just human and we gotta stop being so hard on ourselves.
Like, nobody is literally perfect. And even if you take like a perfect social media person off of social media, you'll realize that they have so many imperfections. Yeah, bro, we see it.
Like, I see influencers, they are not good. I know. But I think this is a good place to stop the pod.
No, it is. We got far. We really
did this. Thanks for watching.